Apple Gift Card is a practical gift that unlocks a world of entertainment and fun. You can send it via email or give a physical card to your loved ones. Your friends and family can spend it on their favorite Apple services, including Apple subscriptions. Apple Gift Card can be used to buy all things Apple. Products, accessories, apps, games, movies, TV shows, iCloud Plus, and more. Visit apple.com for details and to send Apple Gift Cards to your friends and family this holiday season.
Saturday. Christmas comes early.
Unbelievable! Welcome to this incredible scene.
Bills.
To the end zone!
Chargers.
It's a touchdown!
An exclusive NFL game.
That's fantastic!
Live in primetime.
Wow!
Only on Peacock.
With a Christmas gift to their fans.
They're having some fun now.
Bills versus Chargers. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Exclusively on Peacock.
This episode is brought to you by Columbia Sportswear. It's snowing again, and that wind chill is killer. But you're not worried about that because you shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection. It's warmth perfected with tiny gold dots that reflect your body heat inside and protect you from the cold outside. No snow or chilly temps can stop you now. Go out anyway. Shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection now at Columbia.com/infinity.
The holidays are a time to feel and create joy. And what could be more joyous than the look on her face as she unwraps a stunning new jewelry piece from Blue Nile? How about getting 50% off your purchase? Blue Nile offers premium quality, priced below traditional retail. Their online experts are available 24/7 to answer any questions and make sure you've picked the perfect gift. For a limited time, you can get 50% off at BlueNile.com. That's 50% off at BlueNile.com.
My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer, whiskey, wine or gin. Anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking.
Back at it again with another shade of blue. Sporting Kansas City finally got things figured out. Things are going in the right direction. They're scoring goals. They were one of the best teams in MLS since August. Willy Agada's taking his shirt off every game. It's fun again to watch this team. And the second we all get excited, they promptly get eliminated from the playoffs. So let's just go ahead and bring in Kevin Lopez here to get his thoughts on how all of this has been going. Kevin Lopez of SKC Fan TV. You can catch him every match day. Watch the games with him as he live streams. Kevin, thank you for joining, and let us know how you're feeling this Monday after the last glimmer of hope we had has been extinguished.
Well, first, thank you guys for inviting me, obviously. Super big honor. I've seen you guys, I've seen your lineups and the people you invite in, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be at the same level as your as your other guests, but seriously, thank you guys for having me in. And you know what? Look, I'm going to say this right now. First of all, I'm very, very excited for next season. I know we're all going to say that.
Yes.
We have a good vibe. It is a little bit of a bummer, though, that we had such a good game, or last few games, and then, I don't know what, an hour later, we got eliminated, and it's mathematically impossible. But I have to say, with everyone I've been talking to, with all the sporting fans that I know, everyone has this kind of, we're on like a good high right now.
Yes.
You know, 2 more games, finish strong. I'm usually not the guy to say, all right, there's always next season. But for real, guys, I'm super excited for next season.
We've rarely ever had to say there's always next season because we normally have a lot of fun in this season.
Yeah, it could have ended much more in an abysmal way for sure. So, yeah, definitely glad we're here.
It looked like it was going to at one point.
For sure.
Yes.
That's my big thing, is that it's at least there's been a bit of redemption here. It's fun to watch the team again. That's really all that matters. Like, I was a fan of the Royals for like my entire life, and they were terrible. So yeah. I can do this. I can do a season of Sporting Kansas City not being the best team in the league.
But the worst thing may be, hey, if Agada and Thommy had arrived a little bit sooner, maybe, I don't know, a week, maybe 2, we might have an Open Cup championship to talk about, and
2 games.
Maybe in the playoff hunt. Who knows?
I was telling friends 2 games. I feel like 2 games sooner, and it would have done it. Right? There's only 2 games left in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's all we needed. We needed 2 more matches out of them. It's really disappointing. David has promised some stats for us. Robert has promised some stats for us. I don't know if any of those are going to support the conversation we've already had because we didn't really plan this out. But
well, that's unusual.
But David was bragging about some of these stats. So David, what do you have for us here? Let's hear some of these. What do you got for us?
Great, thanks. Well, so I'm not counting Willy's first game with the team. He got a 7-minute cameo against LAFC. But in the game since then, right, which I think starts with Austin FC, Sporting's earned 17 points. We've got 5 wins, 2 ties, or 2 draws, and 2 losses. The other top teams in the league, so Philly and LAFC, are kind of duking it out for the Supporter Shield. In that exact same time span, Philly's won 19 points, LAFC 13, Montreal 20, Austin has 11, and New York Red Bulls have 14. So, comparing us to kind of some of the better teams in the league over the last month or so with Willy, and Tommy, we're putting up numbers. It kind of goes to support the idea that if we'd had these guys a couple weeks sooner, 4 weeks sooner, we might be a playoff team.
And a dangerous playoff team.
The one nobody wants to play.
Yeah.
So Matt Doyle tweeted this week, and I saw it showed up on Reddit too, that apparently when Matt Doyle tweets something that everyone follows it, and I've always assumed the exact opposite of that.
Wanker.
Anyway, yeah, there you go. So he's tweeted.
I'm the only Matt supporter around here.
Wanker.
I'm paraphrasing here, but basically he was saying Sporting Kansas City should search for a buyout of Alan Pulido and then a cheap backup for Willy Agada. Is that where
he said cheap backup? Did he?
Or maybe that was I thought he did. No,
I'm just asking.
And then look for.
I think he was looking for. He said. I think one of the times. I'm not sure if the specific one you were saying, but one of the times he said to look for a backup forward inside the league. So
there you go. Okay.
And we talk a lot of shit on him for sure. But
I feel like I'm in an episode of Ted
Remember, he's the
Lasso
one that
here.
thinks
What's
Bussio's
going on?
no good.
Yeah, he thought Busio was no good. Kevin, where are you at on that with Alan Pulido?
Okay. I totally disagree.
Good. All right.
Listen,
I knew you fit in on this show well.
Look, first of all, you want, even if, let's say, maybe Pulido doesn't start hot again, or he's a slow build, or, it takes time for him to do good. We want pressure on every level on all our players. I think on the training ground, maybe Alan sees, okay, this guy's hot as hell right now. I got to step up. Or maybe Willy's like, hey, I don't want to be off the bench. I want to play better. It's just that added pressure is always good. On top of that, I know I was looking at the stats too about Pulido in the last few seasons. And Willy has been lightning hot. But what if Willy doesn't do so well next season and we do this crazy transfer situation, and then we're a nightmare, then we're all dumb, and then I totally disagree.
David.
Yeah, so I think from just a fundamental standpoint about whether or not it's worth transferring or
buying out.
Sorry, my kids popped in. Hold on.
I told him I was going to fine him if he did this. The baby's
I will
very
pay
close.
Whatever fines you need. It's not the baby who's interrupting, though.
Well, I was going to give you a pass as a new father, but then the older kid got in.
So the thing is, Alan Pulido's played, I think, 33 games out of 90 available by the end of the season. He's played a third of the available games.
That hurts to hear. I've never actually heard
when he's
one.
on the pitch, he's great.
Yes.
He's just not available. So fundamentally, the idea of using our buyout on him is a good idea. It allows us to cut bait. The team can go spend a transfer and get another DP. It's not like we couldn't use that money to go get another DP striker.
Yeah, because that was so easy the first time, right? We did that really quickly last time we needed a DP striker. Just
that's on Vermees. That's on Vermees. But I think the bigger issue is that there's a couple other guys on the team who probably ought to be bought out first. Yuri and Ben Sweat, since they're on guaranteed contracts through the next year. And so the question is, if you have a buyout that you're willing to use, is Pulido number one? And to me, he's not. I would get rid of Yuri first. We need a number 6. We need somebody who can take pressure off of Voltaire, who could push Voltaire for that starting spot, allow Voltaire to play one of the 8s, which I don't know that he's better than Tommy or that he's better than Kinda, but he's better as an 8 than a 6. I would use that cut on Rosell first and Pulido second.
Yes, I'm personally clinging on to, like you said, that when Pulido has been on the field, that he has been good. And, the worry was bringing in a player like this was like going to financially cripple the team. And I don't know that has necessarily happened as a result. I don't think this is a case study of why they won't spend more money like this in the future or anything like that. But yeah, I think when he's been on the field, it's worked. And my point, I was joking with you about how easy it was to bring in another striker like that. But yeah, that's a real concern. And he knows the league. He's been here. He knows how the team plays. And yes, I'm still on board with just seeing him on the field more, and as well getting Yuri and Ben Sweat out of here. That actually is a good aside, though. That you brought up Ben Sweat. Has he played well enough in these last 2 matches to serve himself another team to not get bought out?
Well, I still have issues with his defensive play. I mean, his crosses, guys, you got to admit, are pretty precise.
Yeah.
I know.
He's got that part of his game down.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
That's like when we were hating on him all season long, there was like one game he had 2 good crosses, and we were like, hey, there's one guy on the team that can actually cross the ball. It's like all we've said for him all year. But yeah, he absolutely is the only one that is any good at that.
But here's the thing, and you alluded to it, Cody. Same thing with Pulido and Agada in a sense. We know they both can play in this league.
Right.
Okay, and they're effective in this league. Ben Sweat, as a backup to Ndembe, is a guy who can play in this league. Yeah, he's got weaknesses, but are you going to find somebody else who's going to fulfill that role next year?
And be a veteran, having played in the league, knows the league,
exactly,
and he's only on $200,000.
Yeah, so I'm not.
I would not get rid of Sweat because of that.
I'm okay with keeping him, but Uri, yes, I think Uri needs to be exactly bought out if we can.
If you consider him a backup, I don't worry about it. He's on like 475 or something like that, which is not an unreasonable for a backup even in this league at this point. I would prefer a cheaper one, and if you can get a cheaper one, get it.
I would have guessed much higher for Ben Sweat on that salary, just because he's a veteran in the league.
Yeah, but he was coming off a gnarly injury.
Right.
But I personally think that Yuri is on too much money for what he's giving us. If you have a good backup for 475, that's great. But for how much we rely on the 6, we need somebody like peak Ilya, and that's a $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 player. And Remy's very good at it. He's a perfectly competent.
Remy has played well there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think if you were to ask Remy where he'd rather be at the 8 than the 6.
Yeah, there's that, and then he's served admirably in that spot is one thing, but does he line up with a 6 that we need to be at the top of MLS? Like, we always reference Seattle's midfield and just how absurdly different it is from Sporting's right now. Like, yeah, that he served admirably, but he's not what we want if we're going to get back to this demanding the best team in the league.
I mean, look at what the Galaxy have done to rebuild their midfield. I think Sporting is aware that they need to spend big to keep this team competitive, number one. And number two, I think they realize it is at the number 6 position. Arguably, center back is very close to that. But I think Sporting's very aware of that.
Okay, we actually haven't even discussed the actual game at all. 4-1 over DC United. And Wayne Rooney.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, DC United was the one before.
Minnesota. Over DC United, 4-1 over Minnesota United.
There you go, Minnesota.
All the Uniteds.
All the Uniteds.
They're all united in losing to us. Screw those guys.
So yeah, the team has been fun again. What beyond Erik Thommy and Willy Agada, has anyone on this roster? Is it literally just those two, or have other people figured things out? Who is playing better than they were earlier in the season?
Well, I think Salloi has benefited from the play of those guys, opening up him a little bit more.
Yeah,
and
benefited.
I think he actually mentally, confidence-wise, builds on that too. He sees that happening, and he wants to join into the party, and it makes him a better player because he probably doesn't think as much.
And he got a new contract, though.
Well. Yeah, that
and
helps
he got a
too.
new contract.
But I don't think he thinks as much, and he plays more who he is.
Yeah, and I think as we've seen with Salloi, he's kind of a mental player. Like, he can get in his own head a lot, and I think that's he benefits from seeing so much
pressure taken off of him
on the rest of the field. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your thoughts, Kevin?
No, Thad, I haven't
I
actually.
thought Thad was going to jump in
I want to hear what.
But
Thad,
yes, Kevin, Thad, come on, guys.
how Thad is feeling today. Where are you at today? I want to just your overall opinion. You've been very quiet over here to my left.
I've been deferring to our guest.
Yes, yes, we're very excited for Kevin indeed. But I want to hear some
you.
Thad. It's been a minute.
All right, man. So I am very happy with how Sporting is playing. I've chimed in on some of the players, and we'll do that more as we go on. But I'm very happy with how they're playing. And yeah, I'm one of those people who held out hope even when it was extremely slim on making the playoffs. And it's okay. We finally officially are out. That's cool. And now we can focus on knocking Seattle out of the fucking playoffs. And
Ooh, yeah, play spoiler.
that's like my next goal. We are not going to win the wooden spoon. We're not going to make the playoffs. Now the next thing is make sure Seattle goes down.
I love it. Brilliant.
Kevin.
Oh,
With the season or the game? Look,
season.
I'm right with that. It's no spoon, no cup. Let's bump down some people. I'm with I'm getting all the, I'm sure you guys do too. I'm sure definitely you guys, but when you guys get, messages from opposing teams, for the most part for me recently it's been very positive. There's been good vibes. But
Yeah, Kevin has
something
fans
about,
of other teams. Other teams watch him react to our goals, and I think that's amazing.
I think it was because we were so damn bad and
Yes,
everyone
exactly. We were a non-threat.
Yeah. Next
go
season,
laugh at
I don't know how
Sporting.
many. Exactly, yeah. Look, I'm right with it to where I'm in the middle where like people are very nice and then there's the subtle jabs. Seattle fans and for whatever reason Orlando fans have been giving me the most crap, I guess I would say, and it would be nice, just goodbye. That's a blue blood. We're out. We're a blue blood. Let's bring them all down with us. And then we'll really see what goes down next season. Okay. That's my mentality right now.
Yeah, there's no friendly banter with Seattle Sounders fans.
Do you care to share any specifics there, Kevin?
Oh yes. Sure.
What is Orlando City? Why are those fans coming after you? What
Okay.
Did you pick on Orlando City or something?
How much
Were you
time do
talking
you guys
shit?
have?
Dom Dwyer.
Dude, this is actually what happened. So there's a little app called TikTok that's kind of a nightmare, kind of fun sometimes. But when you post any type of content, it's just like, if you think Twitter is bad,
Yeah.
dude, TikTok is unbelievable. People will say whatever they want at any point. So
David Greenwald will be joining TikTok soon, I'm sure.
And there's also probably a lack of like MLS content on TikTok. So if there's someone that has expressed a desire in American soccer, they're going to be showed your TikToks no matter if it's another team.
I get the Euro snobs. That's a whole other discussion. They're in there like, oh, MLS, what is MLS? You know the arguments. But
They don't say the MLS. That's good.
The MLS, yeah, that's true. Okay, I've even struggled with that for a while. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. So we were U.S. Open Cup. There is an Orlando fan account on Twitter and TikTok and YouTube, and they're more fan accounts where they will actually go to the stadium, talk to fans outside the stadium, and fans will say whatever they want. In Orlando is Wild West, in my opinion. Those people say whatever the hell they want. In Florida. Yeah, Florida in general, they're just nuts out there. So I guess when we got eliminated from Sacramento, that fan TV account, they just started screaming at me and said, hey, that mustache kid, you're lucky you didn't play us. You're lucky you didn't move on. And I was just like, dude, I've never thought of Orlando sports in my life. Like, I've never had any problems. And then it's the opposite. RSL fans have been super nice. And I hate RSL and their fans. I've hated them forever, just like you guys. I mean, I cannot stand them. And they're over here messaging me in private. Hey, keep it up. We've all been there. Tough season. You guys got it next year. I'm like, no, I need to hate you. And I need to not care about Orlando. But it sometimes it's personal. Sometimes it gets like really crazy personal. I've never said anything about anyone or bad about anyone. Even with Orlando, I kind of joke around and said, hey, look, I have so many trophies. It takes time to talk trash, but yeah, it's been kind of fun the last few months.
Kevin, it's kind of funny because I've had similar experience with RSL fans. They've actually been super, super nice. And yeah, I dislike the team and all that stuff, but the fans have been really great. But I can tell you exactly why Orlando hates Kansas City. It's because of Dom Dwyer. We loaned him Dom Dwyer. We took him back. Okay, that's reason number one. They were pissed like, oh no, he's ours. No, he was ours. All right. The second reason they hate us is we let him have Dom Dwyer back.
Right. Yes. Yes. Someone actually commented that. I don't know who it was on. I think it was on Twitter, and the Orlando fans were like, they were throwing in question marks. They didn't understand the jab. I'm like, dude, he came back and he sucked. Like he was great for us. Lifted a trophy, went back, and not so hot. But I don't know. It's one of those weird new bloods that I find way more annoying. I don't know how you guys feel about like a LAFC or an Austin. I have no problems with them, but a lot of people in sporting world cannot stand them. I don't know. I'm indifferent.
Well, you're doing something right if you have haters from around the league. We just have haters of our own fans. People just hate on us.
And Seattle. Seattle hates us too. Kev, I have a question, Kevin, just to clarify, because you said you don't care about Orlando sports. Yeah. You don't care about Orlando, the soccer club, or like, are you anti Penny Hardaway? Like, were you just not into
That's
like
the
mid-90s?
Last name in Orlando sports that I cared about was Penny Hardaway.
Shaq and Penny Hardaway.
Yeah. Okay, Magic was interesting.
I don't even know what team she plays for.
No, okay, I'm saying the reason why I even brought that up was when I was getting this beef, someone actually tagged me and said, someone said, hey, Patrick Mahomes, you're lucky your team didn't come out. And then they said the same thing, hey, Mustache Kid, you're lucky your team didn't play us. And then I just commented, I just said, look, Patrick Mahomes has more trophies than all you Orlando sports combined. I don't count USL. All right, sorry. But I mean, like major first division sports. And I guess that kind of pissed them off. I'm not going to lie. And then I deleted it because I felt sad or mean. But that was TikTok. See, TikTok brings it out of me. On Twitter, I don't really get into beef.
That's what TikTok's for, though. I think that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And dancing. Thad, when are you going to get on TikTok?
Never.
Never. They'll do it.
Nope. I'm on every single social media platform that I care to be on.
I like that you are, they call you that mustache kid. You are a grown man that is married. You're a married man.
Yeah, it's just a baby face with the mustache, I guess. And everyone's like, that's a kid.
Baby faces unite, for sure.
You do look kind of young from here, but I don't have my glasses on, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 24. 24. So
he just forgot how old he was.
You are a kid, according to
That's why he doesn't care
so.
about Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, okay, but listen, I love the NBA, okay, and that was a great era, all right, for those few years. But I still don't care about Orlando.
Right. I do see. When we were having you on, I was hoping we were gonna have some time to talk about La Albi Celeste. I see you got the jersey on. You're an Argentinian man. I'm very excited for the World Cup this year. Not just for the Americans, because that's going to be a good time, but it is one of Messi's last chances here. I have been honestly Argentina football, watching the World Cup and seeing Carlos Tevez in his first World Cup. I don't even think Messi was on the team that year, but that's what kind of pulled me into genuinely watching international soccer and then the Premier League and all of that. So I'm a fake fan, but I have long watched Argentina, and all of my favorite players are there. So yes, I've struggled with them. I cried when they won the Copa America. That was a beautiful sight. Sergio Aguero is like my favorite player. I'm sad at the way his career ended. So. Yes. So yes, David, you can sit there and shake your head for the next 5 minutes. We're gonna talk about Argentina. I don't care.
I'm Brazilian, so it's just a natural.
All right. It's been good, guys. Thank you guys for having me. It was
naturally. There's one powerhouse in this hemisphere, and they play in yellow.
Look, I don't think. Oh God, I don't want to get into it. All right.
Should we bring out a German?
Can we? No.
It's a different shade of blue. It's a different shade of blue.
Only if it's Jurgen.
No, yeah, that's really fun. I'm really excited for the World Cup. This World Cup, I'm not gonna lie, Brazil is probably in my eye favorite. This is the first time in my life, and David, let me just say this to David. Okay, well, we're gonna start a fake beef.
I was gonna say, I won't make you guys fight. We can keep this one quick. We'll do it on the next time.
Well, real fast. I think in our lifetime, since 74, Brazil and Argentina have won the same amount of World Cups. Okay, so we're talking our grandparents, or maybe not. Well, maybe grandparents or your parents' era here of Brazil being dominant. But I will say, this World Cup, Brazil has it, in my opinion. Argentina with the passion. Hopefully, obviously, a little bias. I hope we do well. All I really, really care for is we go deep. US beats England, so we can call it soccer from now on.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, Brazil, you can do good, Respect,
and then also
America.
you can't talk about this World Cup without mentioning that we just need to close our eyes and forget about all the slave labor and the migrant workers and all the atrocities that are going on. We're just gonna act like that's not happening, I guess.
Yeah.
David.
Typical FIFA.
Russia took care of all that for us.
It's honestly, I have a hard time with Argentina because as a Tottenham Hotspur fan, we have a couple Argentinian national team players who I really like. I like Giovanni Lo Celso. I like Cuti Romero. I really like Cuti Romero.
Yeah.
But it's like in my blood. I was born
To hate.
not liking the Argentinian national team, and I really hope you guys don't make it out of group play. I'm sorry. I'm petty. I'm
damn.
sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
And that's the thing about the Argentinian national team, that it's just you never know what is going to happen. It's been very frustrating following this team over the last couple of decades.
Yeah. I will. One last thing about World Cup, just for David to know this. In 2002, Argentina had one of the most stacked teams. I mean, the team sexy, delicious. Everyone said Argentina murdering it.
That
And we
was
lost
lost to Germany in 2002.
I think
or that was the one in Germany. Was that the
that
one?
was in Germany. We lost to Romania or something first round 3-2. It was a nightmare. And I'm just saying, sometimes Brazil, you come in hot and you might end short. Just saying, it could happen. That's all I have to say.
Put it out into the universe.
I'm still suffering from that 7-2 beatdown from Germany. So, I'm not promising anything. I have hopes and prayers.
Respect.
I think 2002 is the year the U.S. lost to Germany.
I know. That
7-1 beatdown. Sorry, I give them too much credit. They lost 7-1
because of a handball.
And that was a good team. That was one of the best teams. That was one of the most fun teams that we've had in the World Cup.
Sure.
2002. Good times.
Until this year.
Exactly. Before we get out of here, let's we got to talk a little bit about the current. I'm being gestured here.
Hey, whatever.
No,
you're the boss.
I did
man.
forget to go to you.
You're the boss.
David Robert has some stats here before we get to the current.
All right, guys. Okay, so I just did August on through what is going on now. Last game. So 5-1-2. David mentioned that earlier. I think he added one more game, but we've scored 21 goals in that time. And get this. This is the key point here. 10 of those have been scored in the first half, 31st through the 45th minute, right when you want to kill a team off, right? Go into the halftime with that lead or 2-goal lead. We scored the first goal 6 times. We've won 5 of those. The second amount of goals we've scored in a time period is in the last 15 minutes of the game. That's 5 goals. Again, another perfect time to put a team away, right?
Did you manually go in and look at all the times of these goals? Well done,
yes,
sir.
I did.
That's a good stat.
The first 15 minutes is the third most we've scored. We scored 3 goals in the first 15 minutes. But I went in thinking it'd be something like that, but I was astounded at, 18 of 21 in those 3 time periods, which are the exact times you want to score goals.
Putting the game away. The first 5, last 5.
First 5, last 5, and end of the first half.
Holy crap.
First 15, last 15, end of the first half.
Now, how many of those involved Agada and Thommy?
Didn't break it down that far. I didn't have that much time. I was late as it was anyway.
Absolutely lazy.
Well, piggybacking off that, though, Kyrie Shelton, 1,400 minutes, 1 goal, 1 assist. Willy Agada, 738 minutes, 7 goals, 2 assists.
Second on the team in goals, or is he?
That's all I'm saying.
Is he third?
I don't
know.
know.
But Kyrie scored one though. He
glazed on accident.
With his cleat.
Glazed off the bottom of his cleats.
But he was making an effort for the ball. It was not an accident.
I was happy for him.
And
whatever.
You saw last game, he got a yellow card 5 minutes into the game for something he didn't do.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I liked that Kyrie. The fired up, angry Kyrie yelling at the ref. I liked that kind of Kyrie.
Yeah, can we, real quick, and I do want to talk about the current, or I want you guys to talk about the current, but how did Kyrie get a yellow for undercutting whoever it was for Minnesota? Like, that was such a peculiar yellow. Like, guys get undercut. It was definitely a foul on Kyrie, but in what world is that a yellow?
Yeah, that's one of those that it's the referees have they're told to do this, and that undercutting is a thing you need to watch for, and they just look at it as a very black and white thing, that if a guy jumps in the air and another one goes underneath him, that they call the foul. And that one, that's not how that one worked out for me. That was a patent example of that he didn't actually undercut him.
No, I don't think he backed up into him, or if he did, it was very, very minimal. I need to go back and see it again, but live, I'm like, no, he went over top of Kyrie, and it should be the foul on him, not Kyrie.
Right. He's climbed up on his back instead of being undercut.
Yeah, use Kyrie as a ladder.
I have heard that the MLS has the best refs in the world. So.
You just did it. The MLS.
We are,
we
are known for that.
I did it.
Yeah, he usurped the Penso family.
You know, the head of refereeing for MLS is going to England to be the head of their referees because ours is so good.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh my God, I did
Is
not
the
know
reasoning true, or did you throw that in?
Well,
reasoning
because
definitely
our refs are so
Well, that
good.
was the only reason it could be. Howard
Why else
Webb
would he get the job?
Howard Webb, head of pro, is going to be the head of the refs in England.
Well, good for them.
I mean, he was an English referee to begin with.
Maybe not.
the Premier League is horrible, so it's not a big step up.
We do have better VAR. I will say that. I think MLS is way better at VAR than the Premier League is.
At times.
No goal line tech, though. We need that goal line tech.
That's just money. That's Apple money in the future.
Yes, there we go. Okay, Kansas City's Current. Now that Sporting Kansas City are good, the Current have finally ended their. It got up to 13.
13-game unbeaten streak, 9 wins, 4 ties.
And they blew it they lost it in glorious fashion. They got beat down on that loss. But was this last night? Last night was a big game.
Yeah.
They drew. There was kind of a heartbreaker. Gave up a goal to the Portland Thorns at the end. But that was a very big game for them.
Well, it was a heartbreaker. They gave up the goal, but it was flipped because Current came back and tied it up.
Oh.
So yeah,
I did have the goals backwards.
Yeah, and they had almost no forwards on the field anymore because they were all tired and wore out from the playing 3 games in 8 days, and Portland hadn't played for 8 days or 9 days. So they
Good
were
scheduling there.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. But
still atop the league?
No,
but
they're in 3rd right now. So if they win out, they probably will finish in the top 2 and get a bye. But I mean, it could still be 3rd, but that's fine.
They got that game last night had a lot of attention.
Yeah,
Kansas City soccer fans are supporting this team in a very major way.
Starting to warm up to them, you think?
Yeah,
that's good.
It looks like it. Have you guys? Is that what you guys have noticed too? I haven't. It seemed like every soccer account that I'm used to tweeting about Sporting Kansas City had something to say about that game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people that I really noticed were already kind of doing it anyway, but have picked up a little bit. Kevin, are you starting to watch the games?
Oh yeah. Even the first, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know where to watch the games. I know there was a few games that were caught me off guard. I only watched the highlights and then just kept up on the standings, and then one random game they did it on Twitch. I don't know if you guys remember that a few weeks back.
Yeah, they've done a couple of them there.
Yep.
They got a couple. Okay, so I pulled it up and I was like, wait, I can watch it from here, and it was super exciting. I mean, the highlights are great. Everything on KC Current to me has been super not surprising, but just
they're doing it all the right way. The front office.
From the front office media team is amazing. Their social media is hilarious. I don't know who's running it, but their admins are great. Just everything about it is solid, and I'm super excited for next season, especially with our 2024 for the stadium. It's just everything is going well, and for me personally, my attention has grown for this club.
Absolutely. Did anyone else put down the deposit? I put down $25 to get my spot in the new stadium. Did anybody else do that?
Yep.
Yes, sir. I did the cheapest one, but I'm gonna be there.
Hey, look, that's support.
I plan on getting in for free. I'll be honest.
That's true. All right, Kevin, any final thoughts or anything you want to tell our listeners where they can find you? We were just talking about Twitch. That's kind of is that your bread and butter, or where do you get most of your streams on Twitter?
Actually, I'm on YouTube. So I dabbled with Twitch for a little bit, but I've done YouTube for 6 years. So I just moved over for Sporting on YouTube. But yeah, SKC Fan TV on YouTube. Same thing on Twitter and TikTok. Same thing, all there. The only thing I want to say is Kansas City has an exciting football team or soccer team, sorry, and that's KC Current. Can't wait for playoffs. I know it's not secure yet, right? Technically we could still not make it. Is that right?
Technically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's 6 teams within like 3 points. So
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to. I'm kind of a walking curse, but I will say, can't wait to watch them in the playoffs. And I plan on next season doing this full time, to where I'm streaming both games.
Oh man.
Excited for Apple TV Plus. I'm excited for all that, but just really, really excited for next year.
You've committed a lot of time there with that announcement you've just
I know.
made.
Yeah. No, we're gonna like lead with announcing this pod that's the breaking news.
You heard it here first.
That is the breaking. I mean, I haven't said it anywhere else. So yes, that's the plan.
You're committed now because their fans will hunt you down if you don't do it.
I know. I love it. Yeah, that's good. Can't wait.
Awesome. Right on, man. Well, thank you very much for joining, and we'll talk to you here soon, I hope, right?
Oh, definitely. Thank you guys for having me.
Right on, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Go Sporting!
Don't seem so tough. And 3 own goals ain't all that rough. Our skipper has just been sent off. Supporters strong have all gone soft. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin, anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking.